Lopez is Colonel Sanders.
Mario Lopez is Colonel Sanders. What? Trust me, I will explain. The YBI gives a boost to a startup that lets you tell your own visual stories, and we check in with a veteran-owned brewery to see what's on tap. This is the Daily Buzz. Hello everyone, welcome to the Daily Buzz. I'm Mike Moliterno. So big news today. Apparently the Lifetime channel has figured out a way to read minds. That can be the only explanation for what I am about to show you.
I think I'm falling for the new chef.
Jessica is falling for Harlan.
The cook?
This is not a joke. This Sunday at noon, Mario Lopez will star as Colonel Sanders, the Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel Sanders, in the original mini-movie, A Recipe for Seduction.
Secret's out, chicken man. I'll take care of this. He's ruining everything!
Just kill him already!
Who the hell are you? Harlan Sanders, the new chef.
Yes! Now, why do I think the Lifetime channel can read minds? Because somewhere deep down in my subconscious, I've always wanted to see this movie, even though I didn't consciously realize it. But then Lifetime, with their army of telepathy mutants, extracted this story from my subconscious, made it a reality, and has now made my week. Now, in my opinion, I think I'm pretty easy to get along with. I'm polite to others, and I generally always try to give my fellow human beings the benefit of the doubt. But honestly, if the story I just told you didn't cause you to leap up and run for your DVR, I just don't think you and I will ever understand each other. And another thing, somehow that movie is only 15 minutes long. Lifetime, call me. I can write this stuff for hours. With our powers combined, we'll turn this story into a Godfather-style epic, the likes of which the world has never seen. Well, here's a story for you. Boy grows up loving stories and role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons, decides to create a software company to help others tell their stories, and wins $5,000 from the Youngstown Business Incubator's virtual pitch competition. That is exactly what happened to Jamie Van Doren, the CEO of NeverEnding. On Tuesday, Van Doren accepted the $5,000 prize after beating out 12 other applicants. NeverEnding is an online platform that allows users to create custom illustrations and animations, no art skills required.
But more than that, they can actually find a place to kind of stay, share, and browse those animated videos and illustrations. So we believe that everyone has an amazing and interesting story to tell, and NeverEnding is a way for them to tell those stories. The
virtual pitch competition was sponsored by Medical Mutual and was held in lieu of the annual Shark Tank event because of the pandemic. Applicants uploaded their pitch to YouTube. The video that received the most interactions was declared the winner.
The $5,000 is a new company. That's a big deal for us. So we're just now developing all of this technology.
Van Doren says he'll use the money to bring on a full-time programmer. Currently, NeverEnding employs 14. After their first bargaining session, there is still no agreement between the nurses union and East Liverpool City Hospital. The Ohio Nurses Association, which represents 128 nurses at the hospital, returned to the table after staging a walkout in November. The union is alleging unfair labor practices. Mercy Health Youngstown's Chief Clinical Officer, Dr. James Kravec, is being honored by the Leapfrog Group for his leadership during the pandemic. Leapfrog is a nonprofit focused on improving the quality of health care in America. Work should be complete by the end of the year on an upgrade that will reduce the number of power outages in Trumbull and Portage counties. FirstEnergy began work in May to modernize a 138 kilovolt power line and rebuild nearly 140 wooden and steel structures. Well, apparently they were watching after all. Do you love Christmas? Do you love defacing precious works of art? Then have I got a story for you. A new exhibit, Ed Wheeler Santa Classics, will open December 12th at the Butler Institute of American Art in Youngstown. The exhibit features well-known paintings from artists including Monet, Rembrandt, and Botticelli, with Wheeler dressed as Santa inserted into the painting. After digitally inserting Santa into the painting on his computer, Wheeler then paints it to match the quality of the original. Wheeler's works have been viewed all over the world. Zach Dean, the owner of Clubhouse Brewing in Warren, says business is down about 70% since the pandemic began, but their commitment to brewing quality beer has stayed the same. With 2 new beers soon to be on tap, the Mahoning Valley Flight Crew paid a visit to check in on the veteran-owned brewery and review some of its beers.
Hey! The Flight Crew is brought to you by Thompson Heating and Cooling. Hey Mahoning Valley, it's Jim with the Flight Crew. We're in Warren this time at Clubhouse Brewing, a great veteran-owned business that's got some wonderful old European-style beers. We're gonna go on inside and take a look at what they've got. Cheers.
Hey, it's Roger here with the Flight Crew. We're here at Clubhouse Brewing. I'm speaking with Zach, and we're going to be talking about a few things that is going on with this veteran-owned, veteran-supporting brewery. Zach, let's start out with, I'm looking up on your board, and you've got a pass it on board where you pass it on to military, law enforcement, first responders. And tell me what that's all about.
Yeah, so I actually thought of this idea because we hear about a lot of people buying vets drinks, buying law enforcement drinks, buying first responders drinks. And what we did is we kind of put the board up, and it gives people who come into the brewery the opportunity to buy a drink for any of those categories. And then next time we get a active military member, veteran, law enforcement, or first responder in, their first beer is on the community. We let them know that somebody in the community wanted to buy them a beer to thank them for their service. It's been a huge hit. We've passed on 1,200 beers to military since we've been open, and it's still going strong.
One of my favorite beers that you guys serve here is the Valhalla. And I know there's a little bit of background to that.
Valhalla, being it is our strongest beer that we have on tap, we wanted to give it a special name. So we went with Valhalla's Finest. And if you're into any kind of mythology, you'll know that Valhalla is Viking heaven, where all the warriors who have passed in battle spent eternity. And so we thought it was fitting to name our strongest beer after that place.
Yeah, that's outstanding. It's a truly outstanding beer too.
Thank you.
It's Brian with the Flight Crew, hanging out at Clubhouse, having a Blackjack Ipa. It's actually one of the first brews that Zach and his father both did 15 years ago. Sourced with local honey. Absolutely full-bodied IPA. Absolutely delicious. I recommend it if you're an IPA lover. Although every one of their beers here, all full body, have a good flavor to them, but highly recommended. Cheers.
The beer that I reviewed this time is the Hellfire Hellas Lager, and it is an amazing beer. You can see that it is unfiltered. Most of the beers here at Clubhouse are unfiltered, and that's a good thing. They go as natural as they can with the ingredients in the beers. No artificial colors or flavors or anything like that, and you gotta love that in a brewery locally. Use as many local ingredients as they possibly can. This beer is about 7%. Delicious, amazing looking and amazing tasting. I suggest you get out here to Clubhouse and give these beers a try.
You can find more with the Mahoning Valley Flight Crew at AfterHoursYoungstown.com.
And that is going to do it for today's Daily Buzz. Check back tomorrow when Maggie Young will have a story about all the best Christmas light displays in the area. We'll also have a story about how the United Way of Youngstown and the Mahoning Valley, with assistance from a local businessman, is helping those in need during the holidays. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike Moliterno. It's only been, I know, right? How do they do that in 15 minutes? I wish it was 3 hours long. I'm disappointed. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications. And also make sure to connect with us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. For all of your business news, visit businessjournaldaily.com. For all of your arts and entertainment news, go to AfterHoursYoungstown.com.
717 Credit Union is paying it forward because we care about our business community. We are offering 6 months of free ACH and domestic wire services through small business payments when you open a free e-business checking account. 717 Credit Union. We are here for your business.